Good morning, everybody. Well, we could say also good afternoon or good evening, depending what part of the world you're in. And my name is Ron, and basically, thanks so much for going forward and purchasing the $25 master reselling right from the person who referred you. And because today we're going to be doing a couple of videos on the Facebook groups, what to do, what not to do, and we're going to do a live demo right after this short video. So this video here, we're going to be quickly, going through some of the important points of what to do, what not to do, and of course, we're going to be giving more of them in the in the official training in the next one that we're going to do. That'll be just below this video. But anyways, I just want to present my friends here this morning who are attending this workshop session, and I'd like to present my dear friend Robert. Could you kindly present yourself? Say a few words.
Good morning. Morning, everyone. My name is Robert. I'm from Gainesville, Florida, and I'm so excited to be here this morning. There's so much information about Facebook I don't know, and I'm interested in learning and trying to figure out how things work.
Good stuff. Thanks so much for being there. And we also have our dear friend Mike from Quebec City. Could you kindly present yourself, Mike?
Yes, hello, good morning, everybody. And good morning to you, Ron. Thank you for allowing me to participate to this hangout. It's a great pleasure from Quebec City this morning.
Nice. Thanks for being there, Mike. And we also have our dear friend Sam. Sam, kindly present yourself.
Good morning. This is Sam from the mountains of West Virginia, and I'm glad to be here this morning. And this has been a great place for me to be, a place of learning the what and the how. Good morning, Robert. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Ron.
Good morning. Basically, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about things not to do. Because if you do, you can be put in the Facebook jail, and you don't want that. So let me share you my screen, and we'll give you a quick presentation today. This first video today is the continuation again of the Facebook group video, and yesterday all four of us here, we did the workshop explaining the introduction of the Facebook groups, right, gentlemen? And what kind of, if you could all quickly say a word or two to our friends here who are watching this one, if they skip the introduction, we want to make sure they go up and watch the first intro because there's so much valuable information. And again, important things that if they don't watch that video, they're going to miss out. So, Sam, why don't you say a word or two about that?
Yes, just to say that the first video covers the very, very fundamental basics that you don't need to miss. You have to understand those basics before you can even understand what we're talking about here, what Ron is giving us here. Thank you for all the information, Ron.
Great stuff. How about you, Robert? Any little word of yesterday's training?
Robert left for a moment, I think. Look, about me, Ron, I think that it's not really complicated, but if everybody follow the step-by-step that we put on this video, everybody will arrive where they're supposed to be with this Facebook group.
Exactly. So basically, we're continuing this morning, and this basic subject here. This, as you can see, we just launched this Google Hangout. It's a warning. Facebook groups don't do, and it's very, very important. And here are some of the things that you're encouraged to not to do. Is first of all, okay, sometimes we have a tendency where we need some pictures, and some people have a tendency of going on to google.com, try to find some pictures, do copy paste, and put them up on, download them on their computer, make a screenshot, and upload them. and that's okay, although it's not the ideal thing to do. And we're going to be putting links underneath this or at the top of this video, okay? We're going to be giving a link where it's going to give you several links where you can actually go purchase some pictures at very, very, very low price. And my wife and I, one of the ideal place we've been buying pictures for the last 11 or 12 years. We've been saving tremendously because we've been buying literally thousands and thousands of pictures for the last 21 years because we're, you know, webmasters, graphic artists. So we own literally I don't know, I think it's like close to 40,000 pictures. And so we, you know, modify them, change them, but I just want to let you know that it seems, and I want to verify that because I was seeing, it seems that we're allowed to take a picture, okay, and if we modify the picture, okay, we're allowed to distribute it, okay, but again, there are some copyrights that are touchy and you know, so it's always, you know, I encourage people to be prudent when they go to if they're thinking of going to Google to copy pictures. You know, you'll have the link, and basically, look, my wife and I have been paying pictures approximately, okay, $50 to $100 a picture, and then we found a place, went down to 20, and then 10. Now we found a place where we get pictures at 10 cents to $1. And they're beautiful pictures, and so at that price, you know, we encourage you to go shop there. You can find yourself some totally awesome pictures, and where you're not going to be, you know, you'll have the legit receipt, and you know you'll have you'll be okay, you know. And the other thing is that you could use our pictures as well, because we've been doing pictures for years, and we've been purchasing you know, picture rights and all that stuff. So again, we're always we still have hundreds of more pictures to upload onto those 4 master reselling rights packages, you know, and which we will, and it's just that we just have a little bit of priorities to finish these videos here. And the other thing is that the copy paste, you know, if you get in trouble with Facebook, unfortunately there's no ointment to repair it. So if you get in trouble by making a copy paste, like I said before, there's no miracle cream to get you out of trouble. Sometimes it will cost you a lot of money. You know, I've personally, even in my early years, I'll give just an example. I had made a, you know, I copied a video, a picture, and I had actually bought a bundle, you know, from a gentleman. And in this bundle, there was a picture of this guy with a trumpet and all that stuff, and it looked really cool. So I took that, put it. And for a strange reason, this gentleman who said he owned it got back to me, and he said he wanted $1,000. He wanted $1,000 for me taking this really cheesy picture that I actually put on one of my websites. So what I did is I removed the picture. I shut down that website, and I got back to the guy, and I said, look, I said, you know, I just put up this picture, and if you want, you know, I'll give you, I own tons of pictures, I own softwares, I do this and that, I'll even, you know, to compensate, either give you pictures or let me know if you want me to create a custom design picture for you. I'll gladly do that for you. And you know what happened? The guy accepted, so I didn't end up paying anything from my pocket. I did an exchange, and I was clear. How's that for everybody?
Look, you're a lucky guy, because something quite like this happened to me, and a Vancouver company owning some picture, they sue me, okay, and I've been obliged a few years ago to pay more than $1,000, for quite $1,500 for only one picture, and you know, and after that, at this level, I have been obliged to remove the picture, you know,
Yep.
because if
Yep.
I want it to stay on the site, it can be something like $100 or $200 a year to use this picture. So
Yeah.
it's really dangerous, you know,
It is.
using a non-royalty fees picture, you know, on anything.
Exactly. Exactly. So
Question for you, Ron, while we're
yes.
still on copy and paste.
Yep.
You know, when you go to Facebook, you see all these banners, you know, like Christian Brothers, they've got these all things written, and they've got, you know, credit at the bottom, you know, like, you know, this, and then they copy that and paste it on Facebook. Is that legal?
Could you kind of just repeat what did they copy? Because I'm not quite sure what you just said there.
You know, like you go to Facebook, everybody's posting something like
Right.
be happy, be something. Somebody has created that.
Right. Okay.
And then they take that.
I can't hear you anymore, though. I don't know if you got cut off here, Sam.
And
But anyway. Oh, okay. Now you're back.
On Facebook.
Right. Again, in most cases, I believe we can possibly do that. You know, here's what I suggest in those cases is, and it's an opportunity to recruit somebody in the process. You know, I always try to think business. You'll notice that for those who follow me, very rarely do I do anything on Facebook that has nothing to do about business, because I'm not on Facebook to chat and to have fun. I'm there to do business. So here's what I suggest. If you see a picture that you really like, okay, write to that person and tell them. You say, hey, I saw your picture. I think it's really beautiful. I was wondering if you did it. You know, because I actually do have a easy copy and paste business, and you know, we're inviting people to our Google Hangouts, and we have our master reselling rights, and it pays them, you know, $10 to $100 right in, you know, right to you. So so the person may actually in the process get back to you and answer you with two things. They'll say, yes, I did that picture, and you could use it. You understand? Because you're asking, oh, by the way, did you do that picture? Would you allow me to use it? But at the same time, you're explaining him why, and the why is giving him an interest of possibly coming in and seeing the Google Hangout. Is that clear?
Yeah, a great idea.
Yes. Yes.
So the same thing I do when people spam me. Okay, so we're in the copy and paste thing. Okay, now I'll give another example. Somebody spams me, okay, in my email, okay, or in my cell phone, which is a lot less on my cell phone, but on my email. Sometimes what I do is, you know, I go into my copy paste, because I also have pre-written copy paste for the emails, which we'll be putting up on the group thing. Now here's what I do is I prepare a copy paste in the email. It's ready, it's all done, and basically I tell the person, oh, thanks for your XYZ opportunity, I'll look into it. Meanwhile, I think I have something you may really like. It's going to help you bring free targeted huge quantities of targeted traffic to your website here. So so here you go, here's the link, take a look. So normally, okay, if we would send out a letter like this to somebody, we could be declared as being a spammer, right, gentlemen?
Yes.
Okay, but the fact that you're replying to somebody who is spamming you, then it's not a spam, because you're replying to the person. He spammed you. But we could turn that and reverse it to our advantage and just send him back an email instead of just getting upset and clicking him as a spam. I use that sometimes, and because sometimes they go into my my spam box and I don't see them. But sometimes if they enter into my email, then that's what I do. I send it, and you know what? I've made sales that way. I've had people come back to me and say, hey, thanks, that looks really cool, and I actually made sales. So
Ron,
this
Ron,
sounds... Yep.
Excuse me. That sounds like reverse marketing.
It is, and I have a little training all in itself by that, and we won't cover all those strategies this morning, but we're going to do another quick video because there's a couple of really neat strategies to do that. And in a sense, let me explain this. There's a couple of little copy-paste letters I have, and you could easily, I mean easily, okay, reply to about 20, 30 people a day, okay, in your inbox, people spamming you, okay, and often, okay, you can get like from, let's say, 20 or 30, you can expect to get like 2 to 5 and sometimes more who reply, are interested, and they'll actually sign up with us. And it only takes you like 5-10 minutes in the morning to do, because we're receiving spams all the time. So for people who don't have a big budget to put ads all over the place, I find that replying to spam emails are really good. Because first of all, the person appreciates that you didn't click on the spam button, right? because when you do, they have to open up another email, because these guys are doing this continually. They're spamming, But anyways, we'll be going into that training and sharing a couple of ideas where it really works. Like honestly, you'll see in that when we do that video. Is that okay?
Okay, great. Yes.
Okay,
sure.
Good. So again, let me just go to my notes here. One of the things, one moment, this is in here. Okay. The other thing we don't want to do is sometimes we have a tendency of some people. Okay, I've never done it. Okay, but I've had people come to me and tell me, Ron, I went into Google, I did not copy and paste the picture, I actually clicked on the picture and dragged it right into Facebook. And somebody told me that this week. And I didn't even know people could do that. Are you hearing me? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They actually went to Facebook, they copied a picture and they dragged it right into Facebook. Okay, and I didn't even know we could do that. I just learned that. So it's just to say that, hey, I'm always learning, But here's what happened. The guy got in trouble, and Facebook replied to him, and he said, you're not allowed to put up this picture, blah, 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 blah. So he got back to me, and he said, hey, I watched your first video about, not doing this, not doing that, the prison and all that, and what do I do with this? So I kind of told him, well, look, just remove the picture and never do it again, and reply to Facebook. Make sure you reply to Facebook on that whatever they sent you, and tell them, oh, thank you so much for telling me. This is the first time I kind of try it, and I had no clue. Please accept my apologies. I've removed the picture. Blah blah blah. And this is very, very important, because sometimes I've had all kinds of notices from Facebook, okay, for all kinds of reasons. And don't ignore them. This is very, very important. Don't ignore Facebook's warning. When they give you warning, always click, and YouTube is the same. Always click and reply to them, apologize, and, tell them that you thank them for telling you had no choice, and from now on, a webmaster guy gave me links where I can go buy my pictures for 10 cents, $1, and that's what I'm going to do from now on. Thank you, with my kind regards. Do you understand, gentlemen?
Yes.
Always reply, because Facebook and YouTube and these social media, especially Facebook, I believe, now I'm not sure if this is true or not, but I believe that they can actually keep these warnings on our behalf. And the more warning that they send us, and if their robots see that we never reply to them, well, it's not in our favor. So take the time to reply to them all the time, a nice thank you letter thanking them for warning you and all that, because if they actually do that, it's going to work in your favor. Is that kind of I think it's a simple common sense, right, friends?
Yes, exactly.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay, thank you. And again, I have another thing here I want to share is, does everybody see here WGN World Global Network?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, WGN, okay, I just want everybody here to know, okay, that it is, it's, it's, um, it's not a company that I am with, okay, so kindly, though, if you're watching this video, don't get back to me and say, hey, you're in it, I want your support, I want your, you have any templates, you have any videos, you have this, you have that. My answer is no, I'm not in it, okay? Yet I was in it last September. Okay, and the reason there's many personal and business reasons, and even little spiritual reasons I left that company. Okay, even though I brought in quite a lot of people in that company, I left them because I just didn't want to personally do business with them. Period. Now, but the reason why I'm bringing up this company is not to knock them down at all. They're a marvelous company. They have exceptional products. I applaud them. They're very, very successful. It's just personal thing. I decide not to promote them. Okay, so this is not a bashing. Kindly understand that. Okay, but here's a warning that I want to tell you is I actually uploaded. I sent an email to the company, okay, and as I normally do when I join a company, okay, like I did with Leslie, right, with the Crowd Rush Hour, correct?
Yeah.
I reached Leslie, the owner, like I do with every single company I join, and I asked them, and I said, look, can I get in touch with you? I'm a 20-year webmaster. I'd like to create my brandable pages. I'd like to do videos, and I'd like to know and make sure that you allow me to copy your pictures. If I could copy also your videos and put them on my website, where I'm going to replicate them also for my team. I would just want to make sure that I have your approval because I respect your company, and whatever your choice may be, I respect that and I will bow down to it. So kindly just let me know. Now, gentlemen, this is about authority. Is everybody understanding me?
Yes.
Yes.
And it is written in the word that we should respect authority. It's important to respect authority. So this is a process that I do. So if you're watching this video, okay, and you're not sure, you're in another business, and blah, 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 well, basically my recommendation is always write a letter to the company, ask them their permission. Because if you do that, you're going to know if you can or can't. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes.
Yes,
And then you
it
have
does.
and then you have their email confirmation of that. So if in the future that company gets back to you and they say, hey, you're not allowed to copy our videos, you're not allowed to do this and that, well, you can say, well, my apologies, and you could forward them that email and say, look, I'd actually did this and you had given me your approval. So now if you've changed your mind, I will totally accept and I will stop doing it. But at least it kind of protects you in legal actions. And that I always suggest people to do. Is that okay, Sam, Mike?
Yeah.
Yes,
And Rob,
that's good.
it's
Very good.
just
It's a good
wisdom.
way to do it.
We're talking about wisdom in business, to be wise, to be prudent, and to do things legitimately, not to get in trouble, okay? And by doing that, often I have companies that get back to me, and in most cases, just about every single one of them tell me, yes, of course, you're allowed. Or sometimes I even see companies who will say, well, do your pictures, blah, 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 show us your website, get back to us, give us the link, we'll see, we'll analyze your videos and your pages and everything that you've put, and we'll give you our seal of approval. So that's even better, right, gentlemen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because now, first of all, it shows that the company's interested in what you want to do, okay? Because you're actually branding them. You're branding you, but you're actually branding them. So we're actually bringing them an added value. And just like Leslie and other company owners saw what I'm doing, and they say, "Wow, of course, hey, I like what you're doing," and he put his seal of approval, and he accepts what I'm doing. And it shows these companies that we're not trying to play in their back and trying to do stuff and hiding and trying to do stuff. We're just being upfront, being just open with it, and it actually opens up doors of blessings more than anything else. So that's why I really encourage everybody to do that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So again, I want to get back to you, and I want to tell you that the WGN actually told me that okay, they gave me permission that I could take their videos, and I put them up on my YouTube account, and everything was hunky dory, and I put them on my web pages that I created for that, and then I did something else. Guess what I did? I went on to Facebook. Aha! I went on to Facebook, created a group, and I uploaded one of their company videos on Facebook. And guess what happened? That's a question for you three gentlemen. Well, guess what happened?
They tell you that
What
you're not
happened?
allowed to do.
Michel first. Sam, now I know your question, but Mike, what did you say?
I think they perhaps tell you that you're not allowed to do this.
Bingo. Facebook told me you're not allowed to upload these videos on Facebook. So this is a warning here, where sometimes you may have the company that gets back to you, tells you, sure, take my pictures, take my videos, put them up on your website. That's okay. That's they see what you're doing is legit. It's cool. You get their seal of approval, but it doesn't mean that you can put it up on Facebook, because they may forget. Because sometimes the guy who writes you the letter, who responds, says, yeah, put it on your Facebook, on your webpage, but he forgot that they sent all their videos to Facebook, and they actually gave Facebook all their videos as a corporation, and they said, if anybody uploads our corporate Facebook videos on Facebook, we want you to give them a warning not to do so. So do you understand that?
Yeah.
Sure.
So here's what I do. Here's what I did. I replied to Facebook, and I did a copy paste of the email that company sent me, and I replied to them, and I say, my apologies, I had no idea. Here's the email. I got the approval from the company. They allowed me to copy their videos, upload it on my own personal YouTube account, and put them on my web pages, and here's my web page. I gave them the link to my web page. You understand?
Yeah.
And I tell Facebook, thanks for letting me know, and I will never put the WGN World Global Network videos here on Facebook. Thank you so much. With kind regards. Thank you. Bang, Ron, Coach Ron, blah, 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 blah. Is that clear, gentlemen?
It sounds good, sounds straight, sounds honest, and this is a good way to do business, I'm sure.
Yeah, yes, and this is a pure example that the company approved me, but then when I went on to Facebook, Facebook did not want me to put up those videos. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it's not because the company necessarily approves you to use their material on your website or on your YouTube channel. Be careful, because it may not be approved on Facebook. And make sure that if that happens, reply to Facebook and make sure that you give them as much information of the email you receive from the company, your website address, so that they can see that, because again, that will play in your favor in the future. Because what happens if you make another video of another company and you upload it, and then Facebook replies to you and they say, if you do this a third time, we're going to shut down your Facebook group. We're going to shut down your account, and you won't be able to come back in with this IP address. How would you like that to happen to you, gentlemen?
it's a real problem, you know, especially if this happened to us or anybody else that is in serious business, you know, and making good money, something like this happen. It's a terrible problem.
It's a terrible problem now. You know, so this is it for this morning. You know, it's about really, and there's other little things, but these are really the most important about like real legal issues. And I want to make sure that that I brought it up to the attention. And kindly, it was a little bit longer than I'd thought. Because I actually thought, you know, as I was explaining some of the things to you, you know, other things, you know, I was reminded at other things, so it kind of was extended. But I think it's not. I think I know it's a little, the extra time it took is valuable, and you know, to making sure that you know, that our friends here are going to copy and paste correctly. They won't be in trouble. They won't have to, you know, go out and try to buy a copy and paste medication that doesn't exist. They'll be stuck with their problems with Facebook, which we want to avoid, right, gentlemen?
Well, yeah.
Welcome.
Yes.
Exactly. So so this closes our you know, our warnings, and again, just you know, to add close the parenthesis with WGN, World Global Network. I just want to make sure that everybody here, if you're involved in that company, no problem. I respect that company. It was just a personal decision that I left, okay? But again, just make sure you don't upload any of their videos onto Facebook, because you're going to get in trouble. That's it. So does anybody would like to add one kind thought here before we close this session?
No, okay, for me, again, it's it's a real added value, you know, to put into this program, and it will be useful for lots of guys, I'm sure.
Good, and thanks, Mike, and you know what? As soon as any of you who are here watching this video, okay, if this already happened to you with similar to World Global Network, WGN, and you had a warning from Facebook, please do us a favor. Get back to Sam, Robert here, or Mike, or myself. Let us know so we can add that. We'll add a list of companies. Do not upload these videos on Facebook. Is that clear, Rob?
Yes, sir.
So we want to make sure that we're going to keep warning. We're going to have the warning sign. We're going to add the company names without putting any of these companies down. Has nothing about discrediting these companies. It's just that, hey, we're not allowed on Facebook to upload their videos, right, Rob?
Right.
Okay. So any thought you'd like to share before we close this video, Rob?
Oh, just that the information is so powerful. It's unique. I've never heard or seen this kind of information before, and I'm so happy to have training and be able to function well on Facebook.
Excellent, excellent. You know, 10 years ago, my wife and I, just as a quick to follow up with what you're saying, we actually flew down to the States. We went twice in Phoenix, Arizona, and we hired one of the top franchise coach, network marketing, and MLM professional. He's done this all his life, okay? And he referred us to his lawyer he's working with, and we actually hired that lawyer, and just this coach cost us $75,000. We hired the legal guy that he said, okay, and that cost us $45,000. It was 3 months prepaid at $15,000 a month. We paid that lawyer $45,000, and so what happened is we got a lot of information about legal stuff. And you'll notice on our pages we have all the legal stuff at the bottom, and we actually customized them and improved them and modified them, and we had them, you know, we shared them with our lawyer, with the coach, and we got their seal of approval, and we're not dealing with them anymore because we found other more like franchise direct sales lawyers in the States, and we're dealing with them. But just kindly make sure that if you're not sure of something legal, you can get in touch with us. If we don't know, we could perhaps verify with our lawyers and put our, just that everybody is making sure that everybody here in our team is covered. Sam, you understand the word covering, right? How a covering is
Yes, I
important,
do.
right?
Very, very important.
Being a pastor, we understand that, you're a pastor, and you tell your people, I'm sure you tell people, hey, be under the covering of the church, or you can be under the covering of a company. Well, here you're under the covering of our team, and we extend it to even to the legal aspect. So if ever you're getting warnings, you're getting legal suits or whatever, get back to us. We're going to give you if we can, we will give you our recommendation to help you. But again, ideally, it has to, if it can be part of our team, right? Because we can have tens of thousands of people requesting legal information for all kinds of stuff, but I mean, kindly keep it to our teams as much as possible, because it takes time, and honestly, for me to reach out to my lawyers, I pay fees every time I reach out to them. They're not free, and they're not cheap either. So, Sam, any last words before we continue here?
Well, again, just as usual, very, very critical information that has been revealed here. I mean, when you see so much going on Facebook, I don't think anybody knows that there are these legal ramifications that if you don't desist, one could end up in trouble. People are just posting pictures without even knowing that those pictures are copyrighted and they've got problems. And I've taught my kids that.
Absolutely. And if you ever receive a warning, lawsuit, whatever, get in touch with me. You can easily do that in the Facebook group, okay? Because I will help you, okay? Construct a letter and all that, get back with them and see if we could take a friendly arrangement, maybe on a barter. We offer them some kind of service and all that you won't have to pay cash, and I'm there to help you, because, I know that sometimes many networkers are starting. You don't have a lot of cash flow, and so look, we're here to help. I mean, that's the bottom line. If you're part of our team, we're there to help you, support you. And basically, we thank you all. Mike, I'm so glad you were able to be here. Robert, once again, and Sam, and I'm just excited to have you gentlemen be here, and appreciate that you see value in this, and we're just so glad to share it. And again, let's put all our hands together and thank everybody here for being here with us. And make sure that you come back in the next video, because the next video we're actually going to log in to my team's Facebook group. Okay, I'm going to show you a bunch of tricks, stuff that I'm doing, and I'll also open up a live demo group, and you'll see all my step-by-step processes, how to do that, so that you won't make mistakes, and you're going to have a successful Facebook marketing group branded with your information, and it will allow you instantly to get traffic and leads, making sales for you right away this week, and that will explode traffic for you exponentially. And that's what we're going to show you in this next video, and which hopefully us four here, gentlemen, will be here to greet you and to walk you through this fun process of putting up our Facebook group. Are you all willing, guys?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sure.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, good. Well, hopefully we'll be able to have all of you. Robert, you were there to say something?
No, I'm very happy with what we are.
Okay, marvelous. Well, again, thank you so much, everybody, and make it on the next session. We're going to share you some beautiful information. Thank you so much again. We love you. Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.